Here's where you're about to make fun of me, and listen closely, I don't care. The difference here is I still believe this. To this moment, I believe this, what I'm about to say.
Don't say it. The Warriors have been the better team.
The Warriors are the better team.
Ah, boy.
I'm not going to say the Warriors have been the better team.
Right.
The Warriors are the better team.
I think that is debatable.
I actually don't even, the more we talk about this, the less I'm going to think this is some sort of a hot take. I mean, the show I do with Ephraim on Sunday, he said before the series started, he said the Warriors are the better team.
And he's a diehard Laker fan.
But it's a bad matchup for the better team. And I agree that the adjustments have only been sporadic enough. The execution has not been good enough in the key moments. But at minimum, I think that this has been an even series. I think it should be 2-2. But the Warriors blew it. They blew it down the stretch. But if you want to look at the performances of both teams in the road environment, it's pretty damn even. And let's not forget that this Warriors team has been together for a lot longer than this Laker team. I think there's a lot that goes into it. To make the judgment based on 4 basketball games and say that what I'm saying is ridiculous, to me is short-sighted.
It's not ridiculous.
The Warriors are the better team. The Lakers have ended up ahead in this series.
Right. Which is all that matters.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so the whole, who's the better team thing to me is one I have a hard time with.
But I can draw optimism with what's still to come.
No doubt.
I guess my overall point is,
if the Lakers win tonight, would you still say that the Warriors are the better team?
Then it ends up being a downhill race. It ends up being a boat race. Yeah. But I don't think that's going to happen. Here's what I would say. This 3-1 deficit is not built like other 3-1 deficits. So that's why your numbers for me don't apply here. This is a team that has home court advantage. This is a team that is the defending champs. This is a team that has Hall of Famers. They have multiple rings.
Right.
They've been through every scenario and just won Game 7 on the road a week and a half ago. Add all that together, and sorry if I don't want the stats of what happened in round 1 with Dallas 25 years ago when they were down 3-1. Like, this is different. This is different. If the analytics say there's only a 5% chance, then I say there's about a 35% chance.
It's 4.7.
Okay.
4.7.
Then I say
and that includes 2 times when it happened in the bubble. So if you take those out, which you and I agreed yesterday we would take those out in terms of them not being real 3-1 down because all those games were played in Orlando, it's only happened 11 times out of 275. So it's
unlikely.
Actually a smaller percentage than 4.7%.
You're not going to hear me say that the percentages are in the Warriors' favor.
No, and I'm with you in terms of this being a one-game series. If you win tonight, and you absolutely should, you're 8-point favorites. And I asked Sister Agnes to pray for me if I lay the 8.
I think you should.
Yeah, she wouldn't do it. If I was going to bet, I would lay the 8 absolutely.
Yep.
Without a second thought.
I like both favorites tonight.
I think tonight is
I like the Knicks and the Warriors to cover tonight.
The Knicks are getting underway here momentarily. I don't know what that number is.
I think it's 3.5.
And I think you know it is because I saw you on your betting app about an hour ago. I think you were getting down.
Hope my mom's not listening.
Sorry, Alan. He's getting down pregame.
Yeah, it's 3.5 and 7.5 at this hour.
I got it at 8 according to ESPN, but either way, 7.5, 8, I don't think it matters. Now, if I was to look at the series price right now, I think the Warriors are plus 375 to win the series, which means winning 3 consecutive games. They're giving you like 4-1 odds of that happening, and I think that's probably a good price.
Plus 360 at the moment, yes,
Fine.
And the Lakers are minus 450 to win the series.
Yeah, which is 9-2 for the Lakers, 7-2 for the Warriors on the other side. So, I do think the Warriors win tonight. But going into Game 6, let's say the Warriors win tonight by 20 points.
Okay.
It's an Ottoman game,
yep,
as you like to call it. Going in Friday to the crypto, they're probably going to be 4 or 4.5 point dogs.
I would think.
Not insurmountable.
No.
Not a huge number.
Well, and actually the Vegas numbers are in one way supporting even what we're saying. The Knicks are also down 3-1. They've also got home court advantage. Hell, they're going against an 8 seed. right now in the Miami Heat.
Right.
And the Knicks, to win their
The
series,
Knicks are a 4, is that right?
they're the 5. They're the 5. They beat Cleveland
the 4. Yeah, my fault.
Yeah, but the point is Miami is not some sort of a right. They don't have LeBron James on their team. They got Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
But anyway, point
Kevin
being,
Love.
Knicks are plus 605. Warriors are plus 360. Knicks are plus 605
in the exact
same scenario.
Yeah.
Exact same situation.
So that gives you
that's a nod to the Warriors.
It's more than a nod. It's an absolute.
This is not the same as every 3-1 deficit. It's not.
It's not. And under normal circumstances with the Warriors, I would feel better than I do under these circumstances, which is if we look at the roster right now and we look at the depth chart and you get past Steph, Clay, Dre, Kevon, and Andrew, your starting 5, your de facto starting 5. Then we get down to the next 5, and you've got question marks, followed by MIA, followed by DNP, followed by please don't shoot, followed by please don't play. So I think that this 3-1 deficit is different in that way, because if we go to the second 5, Dante DiVincenzo, he played better in Game 4. Still a few shaky moments in a loss. GP2 had to leave the game because he was so sick that he couldn't even make it down the floor, resulting in a turnover. Jordan Poole played the worst game of his postseason career. How far down the list do I need to go to where I get to a player where it's like, yeah, can't wait to see him off the bench?
Moses Moody.
You're right.
That's how far down you have to go.
Right. And
to number 9.
And I went too far because he's probably your 6th man.
Well, I don't know if he's the 6th man.
If he doesn't start, and I should check Sham's Twitter to see
exactly. Has Shams broken any news yet?
Yeah.
Let's go to Bill in San Jose. Hey, Bill, what are you doing? And thank you for calling.
Hi, how you guys doing?
What's up?
Well, I've been listening to a lot of things. I heard Colin Cowherd a little bit this morning, and I kind of was thinking, this guy's crazy. Everybody talks about Jordan Poole and being able to get you 26 points, except that he gives up 26 points in the same game. He's an atrocious defender, and he's hit and miss on offense. He doesn't include whenever he gets the ball, it's all about him. He's going hell-bent for leather, and he throws the ball away, dribbles it off his foot, he throws up a brick, and I call him why me. He gets out of control, goes into the key, throws up a shot that doesn't go in most of the time, sits there in the key with his hands up in the air, and it's like he's saying, why me, why me? As he's doing that, Warriors are hustling back to get on defense, and 5 of the opponents are going down, and they get a layup, typically from Jordan Poole's man. And that drives me nuts. I've been a Warrior.
Bill, I think you're saying a lot of things that people are feeling right now about Jordan Poole. I don't think there's a darn thing there that you said that's unfair. He has been a maddening player to watch this year. Steve Kerr on our show a week ago called him a lightning rod because of the way he plays, and these things are all true. However, there's 2 sides to this story, which is that we've also said a lot throughout the year, and I think it was true last year as well, that the Warriors cannot win a championship without him playing well. So I look at this, in some ways you could make the point, the Warriors are damned if you do and damned if you don't. I think you got to go with him tonight. I think you got to hope that you get a good game or 2 out of him. I think you got to rehab his confidence, and that's what you need to do in the moment. And then when we find the results, we can have a bigger conversation about what to do about him going forward.
And we can adjust in the moment if we put him in there and he's not what we hope he's going to be.
I think it's full support for Jordan Poole now without signing up for supporting him going forward. That's how I would say it.
Yeah, and I think that's the way that Steve Kerr is approaching it. And Steve Kerr yesterday on our show, and we'll play back the interview here coming up in about 25 or 30 minutes. You can hear for yourself. But Steve Kerr didn't sound to me, Mark, like he's lost faith in Jordan Poole, which is why I think just start Jordan Poole. I go to Jordan Poole if I'm Steve Kerr, and I say, Jordan, it's Coach Kerr. How you doing, Jordan?
Hi, it's Steve.
And you say, hey, I'm fine. I'm fine, Coach. Well, you know what? Are you fine? If you're fine,
You don't look fine.
I want you to show me because you're getting the start tonight, Jordan. You got the bag. Now you're getting the nod. You got the bag. You get the nod. You want the nod? You got the bag, and you got the bag. So now you're getting the nod. You got 6 minutes to go out there and show me. You show me, Jordan Poole. Show me that it's money time.
It's interesting. It really is. I've dealt with this in my own life very, very recently, actually, because this does feel a little bit for Steve Kerr like parenting. And different kids need to be parented different ways, or different situations call for different parenting. I think every Warrior fan sees Jordan right now, and they want punitive parent. Right? You're going to slip your broccoli under the table to the dog?
Oh, my God.
Or you're not going
Penny.
to, right? So
Does Penny like broccoli in case I ever come over for dinner?
she loves everything. She loves everything but green beans.
Oh,
I'm
my
telling
God.
you.
Good to know.
Yeah, keep the green
Mental
beans
note.
out the mouth. Anyway, point being is, like, we all want that punitive parent, which is like, no video games for a week because of that crappy play.
Give me your phone. That was yesterday.
Sometimes there are moments where when the kid misbehaves, you push your support toward them even more.
Right.
And you say, okay, I'm going to give you the responsibility, and let's see what you do with it. I'll stop yelling. You show me that you're an adult. And maybe that's the play tonight.
Right.
Maybe it is.
Well, and as a parent and as a coach, and I've been both at various levels, and sometimes you exhaust all of the approaches, and the last approach you have is what you're talking about, which is lean into it. And I've coached teams where you try to discipline a guy, you try to take a player out, you try to let him play through it, you try to not start him, you try to, you're in the doghouse, you're out of the doghouse, you're going to start, now you're on the bench. You try everything and it doesn't work, and then maybe you get to the point where, you know what, go out there and show me.
Yeah.
Here's your chance. You go show me.
Well,
and you know what? Sometimes that works.
I mean, Brandon Ayuk. Let's not act like sometimes with a young player, and Brandon wasn't driving everybody nuts like Jordan is, but he ended up in the doghouse, and how did he work his way out of it? Right? TJ Hushmanzad, his personal coach, comes on our show and talks through the conversation that they had. It's like when you're in the doghouse, there's two ways you can go. And you can sulk, and you can pout, and you can complain. I'm a little worried that that's what Jonathan Kuminga's doing. You can feel sorry for yourself, or you can maniacally show the person you're mad at that they're wrong. And that ends up working for the team. So if that's what Jordan can do, that's why I was so upset the other day when we hear him in the locker room say that this is about lack of opportunity. Lack of opportunity?
Right.
You've had a ton of opportunity, and if you can't take accountability for the awful play that you're displaying on the floor, like all the veterans are, Klay Thompson came out and was like, dude, bad shots. Bad shots. Shouldn't have done it. Wish I had it back. If Jordan would give a little bit of that, everyone would feel better.
Definitely.
But if you're going to complain when you perform like this, that speaks to a much bigger problem.
When you point the finger, Mark, there are three fingers pointing back at yourself. You go ahead and think about that for a minute. Okay?
I've thought about that for years.
Yeah, because
every time somebody said that to me.
When you point the finger, invariably you get the three coming back at you, unless you point your finger sideways, like the way some individuals hold a gun
Star
sideways.
Trek maneuvers that people do.
Yeah, exactly. Nano, mork for mork. But Jordan Poole, if you get to this point where you've tried the quick hook, and you've tried the, please don't shoot. You've tried so many different things with Jordan. Maybe tonight it's
You've tried punching him in the face.
And that
you tried throwing a mouthpiece.
You tried palms up.
Yeah.
You tried giving up in the middle of a possession. You've tried a number of different things, and none of it's worked. Maybe tonight it's just as easy as, you know what, Jordan? You think that you're all that? You think that it's pool party and all the rest of it? You get 6 minutes, Jordan. You go show me.
Yeah.
Go out there and show me what we're all missing.
And
here,
I would say maybe even more than 6 minutes. Again, that goes back to my buddy John, who this morning rolled down the window at the stoplight and said tonight is the Jordan Poole redemption game. Maybe you do. Look at Jordan and just go, okay. Now, it's a scary time to do it because you're facing elimination. So you're not going to let him just go cook. And if he's playing like doo-doo, you're going to leave him in there. You're not going to do that. But, yeah. Let's be honest. What do you have to lose? You're down 3-1.
Just the end of a dynasty.
Well,
that's all.
but you're but you're tracking toward losing it anyway. you didn't play Jordan the other night and you still lost. So if we can all agree on this premise, they need Jordan to play well to win. Well, if that's the case, then what do you have to lose in putting him out there tonight to try to rehab his confidence?
Right.
Because if you're not going to win it without him, you actually don't gain anything by making him sit there and watch a game, even if the Warriors win.
Right, because if you can't win it without him and you don't play him, then you can't win it. If I can use the transitive properties.
You did it well. I
Well,
got that.
And you walked me through that because I agree with you. If you can't win it without him, then you have to win it with him, and you have to play him in order to win it with him. And so, for me, the best way to win it with him is give him that early shot of confidence and say, you know what, Jordan, we know it's not been a great game 2, game 3, or game 4 for you. Here's your opportunity to go out there and show us what we've been missing. Go out there and just play your game. Let it all hang out. And, maybe you go out to a 23-11 lead and Jordan hits a couple of threes and a runner and he gets to the foul line. And all of a sudden now you win the game and Jordan Poole feels like he's back.